All right, guys, this is the third video of the cells PowerPoint. And we left off in the last video with this picture of the plant cell and the chloroplast that you can see in the green. The next thing that we're going to be talking about is different types of cells. So, not all cells are built alike, as you probably know. In fact, most cells have different structures, and that's what gives them their different functions. So, first of all, we're going to start with the basics, the difference between the animal cell and the plant cell. And we've kind of already talked about this a little bit, but I'm going to go over it a little bit or more in depth right now. So here's an animal cell, and let's go. I wanted to go through all the different parts again, just as a review, because we just had that long video about the organelles, and I'm just going to do a really quick refresher here. So we have the nucleolus, and if you remember, this is where mRNA is made, and we have the nucleus, where we have the chromatin or the DNA, the nuclear envelope, the rough endoplasmic reticulum, which makes membranes and secretory proteins because it has the ribosomes studded all over it. Then we have centrioles, which are used in cell division. We have the mitochondrion, which is, yes, the powerhouse of the cell, remember? And then we have the Golgi apparatus, which is the stack of pancakes that is the UPS of the cell. We have just a regular ribosome, which is the protein factory. It manufactures proteins. We have the cell membrane. There's another ribosome. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which makes carbohydrates and fats or lipids. And remember, the endoplasmic reticulum is the highway of the cell. It helps things move around in there. Okay, and then we have, that was an animal cell. This is a plant cell. So here's the nucleolus, the nucleus, smooth endoplasmic reticulum, rough endoplasmic reticulum, the cell wall, which is different from the animal cell because the animal cell doesn't have a cell wall. Cell membrane, which is on the inside of the cell wall. We have a chloroplast, which is where photosynthesis occurs. We have the central vacuole, like we talked about, and this contains or helps break down waste and also stores things like water or other materials. We have another mitochondrion, Golgi apparatus, ribosome, and a free ribosome. So this one was attached, and then this one's free. And then we have the nuclear envelope. And now we are going to talk about different kinds of cells. We talked about the plant and animal cell. Now we're going to talk about an animal cell that is specialized. So first of all, muscle cells. What shapes do the cells take? So here's the characteristics. We have long cells. They're fused cells to form multiple nuclei in each cell, and many mitochondria and lots of protein. Now, in this video, I want you to pause this video and I want you to think about, why does this have a lot of nuclei? Why would it have a lot of mitochondria and lots of protein? What would be the function of a muscle that it would need those kinds of things? If you need to go back and see your notes about mitochondria and what they do, and maybe what protein does and things like that, go ahead, but pause the video, and I want you to write down why you think um, muscle cells have these characteristics. Okay. The next kind of cell that we're going to talk about is a stomach cell. And the characteristics of a stomach cell are many ribosomes, extensive rough ER, many ducts for secretion of enzymes. And again, I want you to pause the video, look at your notes, and tell me why. And you can do this either on a piece of paper and take a picture eventually, or I want you to put this in a Word document because I want you to know why these happen, or these happen to have these characteristics. I'm going to make another video that will be the answers to these questions of why. But just pause this video and tell me why. They have many ribosomes, extensive rough ER, many ducts for secretion of enzymes. Why? Why do you think? Okay, nerve cells. What shapes do cells take? So this cell, as you can see right here, is a weird shaped cell. But it's got long branching cells surrounded by insulating fat and many, many transport proteins. So that means that things can go in and out of the cell. Why do you think that is, if it's a nerve cell? Now, I just think it's interesting to kind of ponder upon this and look at the notes that you might have, or even you can look up on the internet. I want you to kind of explore this, but again, write it in a document. You will be writing this down on a document or on a piece of paper, one of the two. Okay, then we have red blood cells. They are round, flattened, and they don't have a nucleus. I know, weird, right? No nucleus. And why do you think that is? If you know what the purpose of a red blood cell is, pause the video, maybe go research that on the internet, look it up, see what you can find, and then write why. What is with these red blood cells? Why are they round, flattened, have no nucleus? Why? Then we have white blood cells. Now, white blood cells are your immune system. Their characteristics are nucleated, many lysosomes. Now, if you remember, lysosomes are the garbage man of the cell. They have lots of enzymes inside of them to break down things that are unwanted. And they also have many ribosomes, these white blood cells. Why do you think that is? Again, pause this video and write down why. All right, pancreas cells. They make a lot of proteins to digest food. And their characteristics is they have many ribosomes, extensive rough ER, and again, rough ER is making proteins, secretory proteins, and membranes. And if you look back in your notes, it talks about the pancreas and what it does there. Um, Many ducts for secretion of enzymes. So that's pancreas cells. And why do you think they are shaped this way and have these characteristics? Pause the video and write that down. All right, and then we have our last one we're going to talk about. This is our intestines. Our intestinal cells, they have long extensions called microvilli, extending into the intestine. The other side of the cells do not have these microvilli. They are surrounded by many blood vessels. Many transport proteins are in these cells. And why do you think that is? If we know what the function is. Now, again, there will be another video, and I'm going to go through all of these and explain why, but I want you to explore for yourself um, what these different kinds of cells do um, and why they would be shaped the way that they are shaped. So, thank you for watching the video, and this is all we have for today.